Hi, everybody. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Oh, I need to plug on my computer. Let's get some power to this laptop. All right, I'm going to give you guys some time to join. Hello, whoever that is. I just seen one person pop in. Thanks for joining me tonight. We are going to be reviewing Guide 4, Marketing and Gaining Business as a Notary Public and Signing Agent. Oh, we got some more people on today. Today. Yeah, tonight. Right. Yeah. We're reviewing Guide 4, guys. Okay. Can you see that? Sheesh. It's like this light on the computer. I don't know where the freaking glare is coming from. Guide 4, Marketing and Gaining Business as a Notary Public and Signing Agent. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Please put in the chat who you are. Say hello so I know who it is I am being joined by. It's amazing how that light does. Like, oh, well, I guess it doesn't help that I'm right over the light. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll wait 2 more minutes and then I'm going to go ahead and get started because my dinner is done and I'm ready to eat. I am ready to eat. Okay. We got 2 more minutes. 2 minutes. I see I have 3 people watching, but I don't know who you are. So if you could just put in the comments, say hello, something, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me put something in the comments to see because I don't see anything. So if you guys are typing, that's kind of sucks. I can't see. Okay, so I just added a comment. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, we got 1 more minute. Just trying to see if anyone is going to jump on. And then I'm going to get right into it. Let's see here. All right, it's 6:35. Let's get started. All right, guys. So today, like I said, we are reviewing Guide 4, Marketing and Gaining Business as a Notary Public and Signing Agent. Is on page 101 of my book. So, as a Notary Public and Signing Agent, it is super important that you have an effective marketing strategy, guys. We can't, you can't just post. Like you think, marketing is just posting, but marketing is delivering what is in demand. Okay. So you have to pay attention to your surroundings, pay attention to your immediate area where you're trying to get business and learn what their needs are. Okay. Once you learn what their needs are, then you can effectively market, letting them know that you have the solution to those needs. All right. Now, you want to have effective marketing strategies to help you gain visibility and attract potential clients, right? First thing you need to do is you need to have local business listings. Okay. The first place people go to when they're looking for a notary is they go to Google. Okay. People Google everything. I'm pretty sure you Google everything. So you need to have local business listings and they are free. You don't have to pay for the majority of them, you just have to create them. Now, when you are creating your business listings, you want to make sure they all match. Okay. You don't want to have something on this business page and then something else on this one and something else. You want all your information to match. Google is really good with relevancy. So if you are offering a service and you kind of got different stuff going all over the place, then it's going to be really hard for it to give you as the solution to somebody's search. Does that make sense? Okay. So places where you can list your business is Yelp, Nextdoor, Google, Bing, which is Yahoo search, the white pages and yellow pages. Let's not forget about those. Okay. You want to make sure that you have accurate and detailed information about your services. Okay. Your contact information should be the same across the board, your phone number, your email. If you do have a physical location, your address, all of those things need to match. And not only that, your hours. Okay. Your hours of operation need to match. If you are going to be closed on a specific date or a holiday, you need to make sure that all of your local business listings reflect that closing for that day. You would hate to, and I know I hate to call a business and they're closed, but it doesn't show on the internet that they're closed because that's where I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you online. So if you're not open that day, you need to say that. Hi, Bernita. Thank goodness somebody said hi. Hello. Good evening. All right. Next, we have warm visits versus cold visits when you are going to visit business offices. Okay. A warm visit is where you have identified the potential client in your target area and you schedule an appointment to come to the office and meet with them. Okay. That is what we consider a warm visit. You want to research, hi, Ari. You want to research the business beforehand because you want to understand their needs and you want to make sure that your pitch is tailored to their needs. Okay. You don't just want to go on there and say, hey, I'm a notary. You want to know something about their business and what they do because it makes for good conversation and lets them know that you're not just there for their business. You're there to add value to their services they provide to their customers as well. Okay. You want to highlight the benefits of your notary public in signing agent services, such as convenience, professionalism, and quick turnaround time. Okay. Who doesn't like that? A cold visit is considered what I did yesterday. So if you are just out, you've looked up some places and you just want to just drop in, that's considered a cold visit. That means that they do not know that you're coming. They don't have an appointment with you. They may not even have time to talk to you, but you're popping in to say hi, introduce yourself, and so forth. Okay. Before you go out, okay, you need to prepare a elevator pitch. Okay. You want to be able to grab their attention from the first couple of minutes. Okay. Remember, first impressions are everything. All right. So don't come empty handed. And no, I'm not saying come with cookies and cupcakes and bed. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that, please. Okay. Um, I would say if you're going to do that, that's more for a warm visit versus a cold visit. Okay. Cold visits, you just want to have your business card, or brochure, any other promotional materials that you have on you that you can give to them with your contact information and who you are. But just popping up at somebody's office and giving them gifts and all that stuff is it's not really a good thing to do. If you're going to do that, it should be a warm visit. Like I have clients who offices are nearby. I would take them. Have you? can share. Try share your screen and going through the text with us that way. No, Ari, the reason I don't do that is because the book is for purchase. So for those people who want to actually have the pages and the words so they can follow along, they purchase the book. Those who do not want to purchase the book, but they still want to be a part of the book review and ask questions, that's why I'm reading from my book here. See, it's an actual book. So people who can see the words, they have already purchased the book. Um, Yeah, so for warm visits, I would go like I'm going to visit an office of a person who I'm familiar with next week. So I would be bringing them something when I go. I'm not going to go empty-handed. All right. Now, cold email versus warm email. All right. What are cold emails? Okay. They identify, those are the ones where you've identified the business or individual who may require a notary, and then you reached out to them. Okay. Now, warm emails, those are follow up emails to potential clients or people you have contacted or previously had some type of engagement with. All right. I send out a lot of cold emails, but I also send out warm emails too, because I do have a lot of clients and customers. And those who I want to be a client or customer, I send a cold email because I do want to make some time to be able to meet them in person. Okay. Warm emails, those would be for those people that you meet at a networking event, and let them know, like, I'm going to email you, follow up with you, and maybe we can get together after the networking event, maybe have some lunch and talk more about how we can be beneficial to each other. See if there's anyone in my network that you're looking for that I can refer you to, and vice versa. All right, because it's a give and take. When we go out and we meet these people that we want to work with, we shouldn't just be trying to just take, take, take. You got to give something too. Okay. All right. And then share any updates in your emails, promotions, or recent successful signings too. Okay. Share your testimonials and always include a clear call to action. Okay. What is a clear call to action? Book with me, schedule me, learn more. That's a good call to action, right? Visit my site or something like that. Calling them to take some type of action. Okay. Oh, I'm cold now. It was hot in my house earlier and we had the heat on and I turned the air on because I was burning up and now I'm freezing. Gosh. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about, attending local events as a vendor. Okay. Now, those events that you see pop up a lot, right? Events pop up in your town all the time. You should look into becoming a vendor. Now, for most of them, it's not going to be free. Okay. Not unless you're attending an event where the person is not going to be free. You're going to have to pay for the space. And when you pay for the space, they expect for you to be there from the time the event starts to the time the event finishes. Okay. With some of the events, you may have to provide your own supplies like table, chair, tablecloth, anything like that. Sometimes, if it's outdoor, then you would have to maybe have a tent, table, chair, tablecloth, all that stuff. I have those things because I do go to events and become, a vendor because I want to get a chance to meet people. And the good thing, and the reason why I tell you guys this is because so many people, they only want to do their marketing and they only want to meet people in a digital world. And you don't realize that people are still very much wanting to do in person. Okay. People still want to meet you in person. They want to know who they're working with. So you got to go out in these events. You got to get out there and you got to talk to people. And the best place to talk to people is at events because they actually want to talk to you. It's harder to just go pop up at somebody's place of work and then try to make them take out time to talk to you. I'm busy. What the heck? It's so much easier if you've made an appointment to speak with them. That means they set aside the time. Or if you go to networking events or you go to events and become a vendor, they've taken out the time to come to that event, which means that they have time to talk to you. Hope that makes sense. All right. When you go to these events, you want to have materials for them to be able to take with them. You want to provide some education on what it is you do because believe it or not, Not everybody knows what a notary does. I've been to events when they're like, okay, so what do you do? Just watch people sign and you stamp. And then when I give them a little bit more information, they are wowed by it. They're like, I had no idea you guys did all that. I'm like, yeah, we do. So you want to make sure you have educational information, have information that they can take and share. And then if you want to be able to follow up with them, you can collect information from them as well. How do you collect information from them? You can have a raffle, give something away. Collect everybody's name and email. Make sure you have a disclaimer saying that, you may reach out to them, just giving them information on, promotions you have going on, hours of operation, any changes or updates that they would want to know. Okay, you got to give that disclaimer. You can't just collect people's name and email and then start emailing them. Okay. Hi, Jay. Um, yeah, so you could do a raffle drawing. You want to encourage attendees to sign up for your newsletter or mailing list. Okay, so make sure you have that little disclaimer. Engage in conversation. Do not go to these events and be scared to talk to people. Okay, and I know a lot of people are. They're like, I don't know what to talk about. You don't have to go to these networking events and just talk about what you do. Okay. It eventually comes up. It does. What I do is I introduce myself, and then I ask them, what do they do? Okay. That's what I want to know. Sometimes they'll catch me before I say it and say, so what do you do? So I'll start off saying what I do, and then we'll get on the conversation of my name, where it's from, where am I from? How long have I been here? So it's like the conversation goes elsewhere. Eventually it comes back around to what I actually do and why I'm here. But, it kind of goes off of the whole topic of my business and what I do. Okay. And that's okay, because the more comfortable people are with talking to you, the more likely they are to remember you. And you want to be top of mind when they need the services you provide. Okay. Utilizing different marketing strategies. All right, let's talk about that. Car wraps, magnets, and window decals. I hope that anyone who is watching has one of them at least. Okay. You want to be doing marketing most of the time, guys. Okay. And it gets really sketchy sometimes though when you are marketing using your car because of road rage. um, some years ago, I shared that on one of my lives that happened to me, and I had my kids in the car, and it was a little scary. But it was at that time that, for me, what works better for me is to have the type of signage that I could take off and put back on. Now, I purchased a new vehicle last year, so that vehicle does not have, like, I guess the material that my car is made with is not magnetized. Like, I cannot put any magnets on there. So I had to opt for window decal. Now with the window decal, I can't take it off and put it back on. So what I had to do was I had to get creative with it. So I don't have my name on there. I don't have my business name. The last sticker that I had, it just said, I think it said Google me, and it had a QR code. And I think it had Bailey's Notary Services. I have now changed that decal to a caution sign, and it says Notary Public, my phone number, and then it has a QR code that goes to my digital business card. And that's it. So for me, it's easier to do it that way, because if we get into a case of road rage, exactly, notary and phone number. Yeah, yeah, yes, Jay. And yes, Bernita, that's exactly just notary and phone number. That's it. I'm like, I don't have anything, because I don't think that, as far as road rage goes, I don't think that I could be targeted, so to speak. So yeah, that's where I have to say about that. But if you're going to do it, you just want to be careful and really think about it. Think about the message that you want to give. Think about some of the car signage that you see other people have. A lot of real estate agents, their car signage has their picture on it. It has their name, their title, their phone number, and then it has a picture of a home, or something nice. So I see those a lot. I chose my new decal for different reasons. I wanted it to be eye catching, and I wanted it to be safe. So that's where I'll, go with that. Let's see. And then don't forget, wait, I'm not gonna talk about that. I may already have it on here. Yeah, let me not skip ahead. Let me stay on task because I'm real good for that. All right. Next, business logo, branding, and brand identity. All right. You want to develop a unique and professional business logo. Okay. One that represents your notary public and signing agent. A lot of people, they have a different take on what professional looks like. you know, um, to me, when I think about professional, I think corporate America, and I don't think of it as being bubbly, funny, scary. Like I don't, so, but to each his own. And whatever your brand is, you got to make it work for you. Okay. And you got to remember that you are a reflection of your business. So you cannot have something that is distasteful. All right. And you can't be distasteful. Okay. So with your social media, for example, if you have a personal social media, you need to be very careful with what you're posting on your personal social media because you are going to be tied to your business. Okay. Especially as a notary, we have to give our names. Our names are on our stamps. Our names are all over their paperwork. So you don't think they're going to go to Facebook and find you? They're going to look you up because people are like, I was going to say people are creepy like that, but no, I do the same thing. So I guess it's not creepy, it's there. People are going to look you up. Whether your page is public or private, they're going to look you up by name. They're going to remember your name. If they ever have to look back at that paperwork, your name is there to stay. Okay. So be mindful of that. Okay. You want to use colors, fonts, and imagery that align with the professionalism and trust associated with your profession. Okay. You want to portray yourself as being a trusted and respectable professional in the market or the field. All right. Whatever that looks like to you, I'll leave it at that. Um, did anybody have any questions before I move forward? Because now I'm going to start talking about direct business versus working with signing services as a signing agent. And this is for it's for real estate signings, but what I will tell you is there are a lot of signing services that are not just doing real estate only anymore. They're doing power of attorneys and trust signings and stuff like that. So um, it's not just for real estate and loan signings. No questions? All right, I'm going to keep going. Direct business versus working with signing services. So let's talk a little bit about signing services. Sometimes they're frowned upon, but they're not all that bad. They're really not. Okay. Now, what is a signing service? A signing service is a third party intermediary. Okay. They're the ones that connects the notary with the clients. Okay. The ones who are requiring notarization services for various documents for their customers. Okay. So you may not directly work with the hiring party. You may be working with the third party that hired you. Okay, so you have the client that hired the signing service to provide notaries for them. You have the signing service that is providing the notaries to them based on the location. Okay, yes, the signing service is going to take a fee and they're going to pay you out of that fee. Okay, sometimes their fee is more, sometimes their fee is less. It just depends on the signing service. Do not I repeat, do not get caught up in well, why do the signing service have to get so much? Because the signing service did the job that you didn't do. All right. The signing service went out there, knocked on the doors, made the connection, built the relationship. And now they are relying on you who just want to sit at home and wait to be called for a signing to do a job. Okay. So say what you want about the signing services, but their job is harder than yours because they have to build the relationship and they have to maintain the relationship. And sometimes they end up hiring notaries who do not have a good work ethic and do not work with best practices. And then they have to apologize to this person or company that they built this relationship with and promise them that they're not going to have another notary screw up their stuff. Yeah, they're like liable for everything you do. So signing services are the bomb. Okay. I get a lot of work from signing services. I do have direct business, but I get a lot of work from signing services and I appreciate them. They keep my bills paid. Okay. Yes, Jay. And they're real horror stories. Can you imagine you've worked so hard to build a rapport with this client only to hire a notary that jacks up the paperwork and then now they can't fund when they're supposed to? Like it's a big nightmare for the signing service. Okay. They're not going to work with the notary anymore, maybe. Sometimes it's not as big of a deal, a deal, and they can work with the notary to get it fixed. But for some notaries, they don't like to be told that they made a mistake or that they're wrong. Now they got to go back and forth with the notary. Now they got to hire another notary. I've myself have been hired to go and fix notary mistakes because the notary refused, or the notary wants you to pay them more money to go back and fix their mistake. It's freaking crazy. Exactly. And that too. Yeah. So, yeah, Jay, it's hard work. I remember at one point I was thinking about doing a signing service, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. Like it will be difficult. It's not that it couldn't be done, but it will be difficult because, I'm like, mm, some people just are really hard to work with, you know. And I find it more at times that it's the people who are only doing this because they want to make a dollar, who are the ones who are really difficult to work with. Whereas you have the people who are trying to make a profession out of this, make a career. They're the ones who are easy to work with because they want you to work with them. Like, I want you to work with me again. So if I messed up, let me go ahead and fix it. Whereas you have the other people, I don't care if you don't work with me, I'll work with somebody else. Like, yeah, you're going to end up being blackballed. Like, blacklisted, I mean. You're gonna be blacklisted, nobody gonna wanna work with you because of your poor attitude. You're so right, Jay, it is, but yeah. All right, let me see. So, talking about the signing services, I know you're thinking, "Okay, well, I wanna work with a signing service. How do I find them?" Ooh, Vernita, I don't know. I do have the ethics, but the patience, it would test my patience for sure because I don't want to work with somebody who thinks they know it all. I tell you guys as much as I can. I never claim to know it all, but I do know a lot. Okay. And I'm learning every day. So I don't want to work with somebody who thinks that they know it all because somebody can stand to learn something new every day. Every day. All right. So for those of you who are like, okay, signing service sounds like the way to go because I don't know if I will feel comfortable with just walking into these offices and introducing myself or even calling these people to convince them to set aside time to talk with me. All right. So you can sign up with the signing services who have done all that work for you. And all they got to do is just contact you, tell you what area the signing is in, pay you $100 for 30 minutes of your time, and then you're on to the next one. Right. Some of them pay more than 100, but that's usually the baseline. All right, so go to notaryrotary.com. You're going to have an account with them, okay? You can sign up for a free account and you will be able to access the signing services list. All right. And I'm going to share my screen and show you. Oh, wait. Let me give me a second. Let me plug in my screen. Is it off? Okay. I'm just going to share my screen with you guys right quick and show you where to find the list of signing services. I had saw someone on Facebook. They had stated that they wanted to know what signing services people are working with. And so many people were on there. Nobody's going to give away that type of information and your competition. And I was looking like, oh my God, like people are really cutthroat. They're really cutthroat. And it's sad because it's so easy to find signing services. You don't need anybody to give them to you. You could just go and find them. So let me share my screen because y'all not competition to me. All right. We all here to help. It's enough work out here for everybody. All right. I want you to be successful like me. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Screen sharing is easiest with two monitors. I know. All right. Can you guys see my screen? You're welcome, Bernita. Thank you for bringing it up. I feel like as soon as you brought up the beneficial ownership um, filing, it's like it popped into my feed and then it had a website. And I was like, oh, this is what she was talking about. All right. So, guys, here's my screen. Okay. I am going to log in. Like I said, it does not cost anything to join. Okay. You just need to fill out this information and join. It's free. Okay. They do have a paid subscription, but I don't have a paid subscription. I have a free one. So here is the free, okay, view. You can go to Signing Central and you see this icon here. It says signing service listing. You can click there and bam, here you go. You don't need to go to Facebook to beg people to share signing services with you. Go on here and look at all of these, guys. It's thousands on here, and some of them aren't in business anymore. So you want to just take your time and go through them all. And some of them are highly rated and some of them are not. So obviously, you don't want to work with the ones who are not highly rated. But the downside to not having a paid subscription is when you go to click on this, it's not going to give you any information. Contact information is available to premier members, is what it says here. All right. So, unfortunately, if you're not a premier member, you're not going to get the contact information. But what I did was I just Googled them. I Googled Advanced Title and Settlement LLC and looked in their, when you go to Google it, look to make sure that it's in the location that's listed here. They're in Virginia. And then, bam, you can find their contact information and stuff there. But it probably would be better if you did have a paid subscription. That way you don't have to do all of that. So, anyway, return back. So this is your list. Okay, guys? So we don't have to go to Facebook and beg other notaries to share their list. Here's your list. And I gave it to you for the free because it's on here for free. I didn't have to pay anything to show you this. So you don't have to pay me to find it. It was so funny. I seen people on there, oh, DM me and I'll share with you. DM me. I'll give you more information. I'm looking like you guys. They're probably going to charge them because, oh, yeah, let me share with you guys. That's the new niche now. The new niche is to see how many notaries you can get to pay you for something that they can do themselves. So, yeah. And it's no slight to the people who have courses because those courses can be very helpful. I have paid and invested money in courses that I was thankful that I did because if I didn't take some of those courses, I would be all over the internet trying to sift through information to find all of the information I got in that little course that I paid for. So it's no slight to the courses. But when you got people on Facebook saying, you can pay me and I'll give you a sign and service list. And I just showed you that you can get pages and pages of signing services right here. Oh, it's not pages. Well, yeah, well, because of their pages, because I'm scrolling down. But you got a whole page here. And guess what, guys? This list is updated regularly. Okay, look at this. April 2023 for this one. And then you can sift through these. So let's just say you only want to find the ones that are have been added, you know, last year. Let me go here and show you guys. Because you're probably not going to want to go through this whole list. I get it. It's a lot. But what you can do is you can go ahead and filter this. click refresh. Here are all the ones that were added as of last year. So if you want to work with a smaller list, you can work with this list and contact all these people. Some of them have signups on their website. Some of them are a part of some of the notary platforms like Notary Dash, Signing Orders, SnapDocs, Notary Resume, Notary Suite, ZigSig. Some of those platforms, they're already on there. So they would just direct you to it. But some of them have a sign up form on their website, or some of them have an email where you can email them and they will send you more information. All right. So hopefully that was helpful. That's notaryrotary.com. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, there we go. Did anybody have any questions about signing services before I go into direct business? All right, let's go ahead. Direct business. All right. Now, what does that mean? Direct business is it means you're working directly with the clients. Okay. So you're taking the signing service out the middle and you're working directly with the company, the title company, the attorney office, the real estate broker, whoever it is who's going to contact you and say, hey, I have a closing I need for you to do. Okay. That's working directly with them. Now, what are some of the pros? Okay. Faster payout. Okay. For my direct clients, I'm usually paid within a week or the next business day. Okay. And I get my full fee. So the most I've been paid by an attorney for doing a closing is $250. Okay. And then I turned around and did another signing for them and I charged them 200 for that. So both times next day mailed me the check. Okay. You have a direct relationship with them. Okay. So because I have a relationship with them, they're not here. They're located in New York. So whenever they have a signing in my area, they'll call me. They'll send me the information. I'll reach out to the signer. We schedule time and day and place. And then I meet with them and I invoice them and they send me a check right away. Okay. And then you have greater control over pricing, scheduling, and negotiating terms directly with the client. With signing services, you can't really negotiate. Now, sometimes if they don't have anyone else to do the job, they may be willing to pay you a little bit more because they need it done. But other times, if they have a lot of notaries that are available, they'll just go to the next one. Like, okay, well, if you're not happy with this fee, we'll go to the next notary. Okay. Now, what are the cons? I know you're thinking, like, well, I want to go direct then. Well, wait a minute. Now, what are the cons? The cons of working directly with a business, it requires more marketing effort than it would with a signing service. Okay, with the signing service, all they want you to do is have most of them the NNA credential, background check, and if you're signed up on some of these platforms, they'll work with you. You don't have to do a whole lot. You do have to do a lot of marketing. And you do have to um, do networking and make sure that you keep yourself top of mind for them. Okay. And then you have administrative responsibilities. That's another con. You will be responsible for managing the scheduling, the document prep, ensuring compliance with relevant regulations. You don't have a signing service doing a look over of your work. So you got to make sure that you are popping out these signings um, error free. All right, working directly. With the signing service, the cool thing is they will have you scan the documents back, they will review them. Okay, so it's like having another set of eyes to look over your work. And if any little thing is missing, at least you can fix it. When you send the documents directly to your clients, if it's messed up, uh, they're going to ask you to fix it, but then they're going to think to themselves, depending on how bad you messed up, do they really want to take a chance again? Sometimes they will, especially if you have that relationship that you've built up with them. Other times, especially if that's your first time working with them, they may be looking like, we think we'll go another route. Okay. So that can be another con. Now, working with signing services, let's talk about some of those pros. When you collaborate with signing services, it offers a different approach to expanding your business. Okay. So, you have access to a broader client pool. when you work with signing services. Okay. So when you're working directly with the client, you're working with their office. Okay. So if they are a booming office, you're going to get a lot of business. But if their office is not that busy, you probably won't get that much business from them. Okay. And then it's local too. So, like my clients, I have them in different states. So that's different. But if they have a signing in my state that I can go and do locally, they'll call me. Another cool thing is a lot of them are getting on board with the online. So if their person isn't where I am, but they still need me, they prefer me, they'll have me do it online, which is pretty cool too. But with the signing services, they have several clients. So at any given time, I had one signing service, I did 7 signings for them in 1 week. They just kept calling me. I the either 2 a day or 1 a day. They just kept calling me. They're just like, "We got another one nearby. Can you do it?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure." And another thing that's cool about signing services, if they work with you more than once, before they send out a blast to everyone else in the area, they'll call you directly. I have a lot of signing services that call me directly before they send out the email or text blast to everyone else in the area just to see if I'm available. Like, "Hey," they know me by first name, and the ones who usually call me, I know them by first name. And I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Hey, we got a signing in your area. Before I send out this blast, I want to know if you're available because you're my girl or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, well, yes, I am." Or sometimes I'm not, which I hate. I hate when that happens when I can't do it because especially when I know they call me directly, that means they want me to do it. So if I'm not available, it kind of sucks, but it happens sometimes. There's a convenient assignment process. Okay. Signing services, they handle the coordination, the scheduling, the assignment of the appointments, which saves you time. That means all you got to do is call, confirm, and go. Okay. And don't forget, they have a wide geographic coverage. So it doesn't matter if you cover, up to 50, 60 miles from where you are, they probably cover that too. So they will call you or reach out to you. You'll be able to get signings. And in my area, what I'll tell you is what I learned yesterday, visiting some of the offices that I did. A lot of them work with some of the signing services that I work with, you know. Another con to working directly with the business is if they call you too many times and you're not available, it kind of sucks for them because they want to have a notary that's going to be available. So this is why they're working with the signing services because if a title office calls you, right? And they have 3 appointments and all the people have a 4 o'clock availability and is not negotiable, you can't be in 3 places at the same time, right? So when they work with the signing service, they know that no matter what time their customer is available, they know that that signing service is going to have a notary to be able to fulfill that appointment. So I wasn't saddened by it. I was just like, oh, cool. I work with that signing service already. So if you ever get a signing in the area, give them my name and they'll reach out to me for you. And they're like, awesome. So that's another way that you can pitch yourself to them, even if they are using a signing service. It doesn't mean that you just say, oh, okay, well, have a good day. No, don't stop there. What signing service do you use? You're probably already signed up with them. So then just let them know you're signed up with them. If they give them your name, the signing service is going to contact you. Okay. Now, what are some cons to working with the signing service? Longer payment processing. Now, I have signing services. I have some that pay me in 5 days. I have some that pay me in 60 days. So that's the time frame. Right now, I only have one signing service that pays me in 60 days. I have maybe 2 or 3 that pays me in 45 days. A lot of them pay me in 30 days. And I have a handful that pays me between that 5 and 14 day window, which is pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, that can be kind of sucky too. Some even 90 days. And I have no idea why that would be the case, but Yeah, that's the case. And lower compensation when you work with signing service. Why? Because they're the ones who are doing the work. You're doing the job, but they are doing the work to get the job to you. So, yes, they're going to get paid some of that money that you would originally get paid if you had did the job and built the relationship and did the networking and all that stuff all on your own. So, most signing services I work with, personally for me, I try not to take anything that's less than $50. Okay, that just works for me. Um, you have some places that will pay you $30 and up. Okay. $50 is kind of where I cut it. I don't mind doing work for $50 or more because remember, I'm not spending a lot of time. I'm spending what? Sometimes for those $50 jobs, I'm spending maybe 15 minutes of my time. I don't know anybody who gets paid $50 for 15 minutes of their time. Okay. So, not unless you're a doctor, I guess maybe, but nobody watching me right now is getting paid $50 on their full-time job for 15 minutes of their time. All right. So you may be getting paid $50 an hour, maybe, depending on what you do, but not for 15 minutes. You're just not. So yeah, that's kind of what works for me. And then, oh no, I don't have another con. Yeah, I don't have another con for the signing service. That's just the cons right there. You know, lower compensation, longer payment processing. All right. So, do anybody have any questions about direct business and signing service business? We're almost getting to the end. No questions? All right. Let's keep going. Now, let's talk about marketing on social media. All right. Because that is another one. I talked a little bit about it in the beginning, but let's talk a little bit more about it right now. Okay. So, marketing on social media platforms, that can be a powerful tool. All right. But it's for being social. Okay. Let me explain that to you real briefly. Social media is for being social. Okay. So I don't know if you guys follow my business page, but I have tried to change some of my marketing to being more social as opposed to me just pushing my services on people all the time. I have narrowed it down to 1 or 2 days of where I'm sharing my services and my business. And all the rest of the days, I'm just being social. I'm sharing motivational quotes, inspiration, important tips that people may not be aware of, fun facts, maybe sharing a picture or two, just saying hello, happy Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Um, and I've been seeing more engagement because I'm being more social as opposed to me just pushing out, I'm a notary, call me, call me, call me. People get tired of seeing that all the time. They're like, okay, you're a notary. My God, do you do anything else? So you want to make sure that you don't take out the human element of your marketing. Okay. You still want people to be able to relate to you and feel connected to you in a human aspect and not just um, being a service provider, if that makes sense. All right. So let's get into it. What are some of the pros of marketing on social media? You get a wide reach. All right. Social media platforms have billions of active users, offering you access to a vast audience. CRM's lead generation. So what do you mean by that? I do have a CRM, but my CRM is full of all of the people that I've worked with. Now, I did pay for a lead generator that I'm currently using, and I have those people embedded in my CRM as well. But I do a lot of cold email marketing to them, and I've gotten maybe 1 or 2 people to respond back. But you know, when it comes to marketing, you have to be in front of the person's face. The person has to at least see you 8 times, 8 to 10 times before they finally will do business with you, unfortunately. So, um, if you're talking about that, yes, I do. But it doesn't always give you a return on investment. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the best way to get leads is by going to networking events or being a vendor at an event. All right. So the pro for marketing on social media, like I was saying, is wide reach. Okay. This allows you to reach a broader range of potential clients and expand your brand's visibility. Okay. You want to do targeting advertising, of course. So on social media, it provides advanced targeting options. Okay. How? Hashtags. All right. People follow different hashtags of interest. So when you use these hashtags and you are adding in their um, keywords that people use, demographic identifiers like location or identifying an age group or, just those different things to identify people's demographic and culture and age and location. That helps with your social media marketing. Okay. I have gotten maybe a handful of people off social media, but I get way more business on my Google, Yelp, and Apple Maps pages for sure. Brand building. Okay. Social media allows you to showcase your expertise, personality, and brand identity through various formats. Okay. So helping to build your brand, people seeing your logo, people seeing your what is it? When you have the what is it called? I just got like a brain fart. I forgot. Oh, slogan. Your slogan, your logo, your colors, all of that ties into your brand. Okay, your business name, right? Like when I do these lives, you always see on here the Notary Education Group because that's the channel that I use to connect with you guys. But that is not my notary business name. My notary business name is something totally different, and that brand is totally different, even different colors and everything. Social media also allows you to engage with people. Okay. Whenever you guys are posting your different ads or, any social media posts, if people reply, you need to respond. Now, you don't always have to say something, but at least like, love it, support it. And if you want to say something, but never leave those comments unread. Okay. When it comes to your business posts or unacknowledged, right? And it's cost effective. Let me tell you, it's free, right? You can advertise on there for free using, social media posts. Now, you can pay for paid marketing. They do have that. I paid for 2 ads last year for Facebook. I didn't really get anything from it, so I probably won't do that again. But I did do paid marketing on Google and Nextdoor, and I did see something from that. So that is for me what works for me and probably what I will continue to do. But on social media, I don't know if maybe the post isn't as engaging, but I just don't get a whole lot of business from social media. But I do want to stay in front of the people so that I can be a relevant choice for them when they need a notary service, especially in my immediate area. So that's what being on social media is all about. You just being in front of people and letting them know that you're available so that, if they need you, what if they need you the day that they finally see you again? Or they see you one time and they never see you again. They need a notary, they're going to not think about you because they haven't seen you in a while. So, this is why it's important for you to stay consistent in your social media marketing strategies. Now, you don't have to do like me. I post every day of the week, but you don't have to do that. But you do need to set a routine for yourself. Okay. If you're going to post twice a week on the same day, post twice a week on the same day. That way, your audience gets used to seeing you. They know that you're going to be there on Thursday every week, be there on Tuesday every week, or whatever. But you got to be consistent if you want people to know what you do and use you for your services. Okay. Now, what are some cons on marketing on social media? All right, that was the pros. It is good for targeted advertising, wide reach customer engagement, and cost effective marketing. But there are some cons to it. The amount of time and effort that you put into maintaining an active social media presence, it requires mad consistent effort and time. It really does. And for those people who, are not, big on that part, managing your social media for your business, it's hard. You're looking at your personal, then you got to pop over to your business. It can be hard. It can take a lot of time out of your day. All right. And algorithm changes. Oh my God. If you are not posting regularly at certain time intervals, the algorithm just throws you off. At one point, you could be showing up on a person's timeline. At another point, your history, and all it takes is you not posting regularly when you usually do. And you're knocked off. Like it takes nothing. Oh, John, congratulations. Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for joining us. So, time and effort is another con. Algorithm changes is another con. Competition. How many notaries do you guys see on social media? There's a lot of them. It's a lot. There's a lot of notaries in my area alone, and you see them all day, every day. And then notaries follow other notaries, and it can just be before you know it, all your followers are notaries. It's like, I don't want all my followers to be notaries. I want some of my followers to be customers, And it's not to say that other notaries don't need you. I need notaries, to do witnessing for me from time to time. So, yeah, I do want to work with you, but I don't only want you following me. You know what I'm saying? So, that's another con. And negative feedback and reputation management. I think that just goes with media to begin with. It's not even just a social media thing. Um, Social media platforms provide people with a voice. And all you got to do is do something somebody didn't like. You didn't answer the phone when they called. Um, you provided a service and they want you to do something extra and you wanted more money for it. It can just be anything and they're just going to blast you on social media. Some people are just like that. Um, so as much as social media is a good space for you to get to know people, it's also a good space for people to speak very negatively, freely, and they're going to do it because they can, so that's the cons for that. Now, here's some tips for effective social media marketing. Your content strategy. Focus on providing valuable information. Okay. Tips, inspiration, motivation. Okay. To those people who are following you. That's really it. Okay. You don't need to be selling to them every dang on day of the week. It gets very, very tiring. Okay. And you're going to have people just scrolling past, like, okay, I don't want to see this again. So let's not do so much of it to where people are annoyed. All right. Let's make sure we include a human element in our social media because that's what it's called. The first word is social media, not sell media, social. All right. When it comes to selling now, you don't need to do it on social media because everybody's going to have a local business page, right? Google, Yelp, Bing, white pages, yellow pages. You could sell there all day, every day. That's where you want to be putting your sales ads. But on social media, you want to dim it down just a little bit. Okay. Sprinkle it in there enough so that people know what you do, how you do it, when you're available, and how to reach you for it, but not so much to where that's all they see. I hope that makes sense. Social media planner apps, they work, especially for people who have a busy lifestyle. I have a busy lifestyle. I cannot sit on social media and post every day. So I use a social media planning app and I create all my posts, schedule them all out, and I let them go. So yes, you're going to see me post it every day, but they're scheduled to post every day. I'm not sitting behind my computer and posting these social media posts every day. I simply wouldn't have the time to do that. So using a social media planning app is advantageous to your marketing strategies and business, guys. All right. You want to create a posting schedule that aligns with your availability and your audience's active times. When you use these social media planning apps, they tell you what times of the day your audience is active. You want to post at those times. You don't want to just post any time of the day. Okay. On Mondays, you may have people who are active at 3 o'clock. On Tuesday, they may be active at 8 o'clock in the morning. On Wednesday, they may be active at 7 o'clock in the evening. You want to post when your audience is active. Okay. And I know on Pinterest, they literally have on there when is the best time to post during the day, right? They say most people on Facebook are active between, what did it say, 11 and 3, I think. Instagram was more like late afternoon, and Twitter, I think, was nighttime. I think. But and that work and that's cool. When you're first starting out, opening your business page, that's cool for you because you want to test the waters and you want to see when people are active because you're not going to have a report of it because you haven't started posting yet. Now, when you're have been in business for as long as I have, it'll be 4 years um, in July. Okay. So 4 years I've had my business. So I have plenty of reports to show me when my audience is active. And so therefore I can post at those times. Okay. Because I want people to see the post. I don't want to post at times where people are not active on my page. Okay. Hope that makes sense. And then you want to be unique. All right. You want to avoid comparing yourself to others in the industry. Instead, focus on standing out on your own terms. Okay. I have found a way to stand out from my competition, and they probably have done vice versa, but it took time. So, for those of you who are just starting out, John, for you who will just be starting out, you're going to have to do some research and you're going to want to see what everybody's doing in your area and see how you can offer a unique spin in the same services that everybody else offering. Okay. Now, how to introduce your services to potential clients. Let's talk about that. Now, when it comes to introducing your services, right, it's important to take a strategic approach. All right. You want to focus on understanding the client's business needs. All right. Maybe the services they provide doesn't require a notary all the time. Then you're going to have people where they need a notary all the time. All right. So you can um you can market to both, but your strategy's got to be different. Okay. Do your research on the business before you reach out to the client, especially because if you can share a little bit of information about what they do, let's just say like in a cold email, it will make them more willing to read it. All right. So, what I used to do was I used to send out bulk emails, and the email will say the same thing for everybody. No type of personalization, no information about their business, how I found them, nothing. Right. I found that that doesn't really work. It doesn't. And unfortunately, it's more time consuming to personalize each and every email because, like I told you guys a little earlier, I did purchase a lead generator and I have a year subscription with it. And I have over 1,000 leads. So now I have to go through. Now I'm not going to email like the 1,000 people at once, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to maybe take a chunk of them. So like maybe 25 a day, do my research on them and customize or personalize an email just for them based off of the information that I retrieved from their websites about their business. Is it time consuming? Hell yeah, it's time consuming. Is it worth it? Hell yeah, it will be. When I create my Google business profile, would I get calls right away? John, yes, you will, unfortunately. So, what I did was when I decided I was going first, you want to decide when you're going to open. You should not open until you have all of your supplies and tools ready to go. But that doesn't mean that you have to wait to create your Google business profile. I created my Google business profile 1 month before I opened. And I got verified, waited till I got all my tools, had all my approvals for my business name and all of that stuff. On your Google business profile, it's going to ask you when you opened. You can put a future date. Okay. So what I did was I put a future date and I set a deadline for myself. I said, I'm going to open August 1st. Okay. So I became commissioned July 7th. But while I was waiting for my commission, I had already did my business paperwork. I started the process in May and it took, like 6 weeks to get my commission. So while I was waiting for the commission, I still, because I didn't get you're not getting commission in your business name. So you don't have to wait. Apply for your commission. But if you are planning to start a business, you want to do all of that stuff beforehand. Okay. You don't need to wait to get your commission to do that. So I was already on the ball. I was like, okay, I'm giving myself to August 1st. August 1st, I'm opening it up. I prepared all of my business information, registration, got my bank accounts opened up, got all my tools. Um, I started sharing posts on my social media. Opening soon, be at least notary services. I'm ready to serve you. I'll be offering these services during these times in this location. I can't wait to meet you all. Okay. So I had opening soon, coming soon, all of that. When I was ready to open, I got phone calls. I got phone calls. So that's how you want to prepare yourself. Okay. Did that answer your question, John? I gave you a little bit more information, but yeah. All right. So introducing yourself to clients, do your research. All right. Identify their notary needs. You also want to identify any pain points that they have because they don't have, um, a notary available, or maybe they've had bad experience with notaries. You want to know their pain points. Okay. You want to ask questions. So, in doing the research, you should be able to come up with questions for their business about how they operate. How would having a notary on board benefit them? Would it benefit them at all? Maybe they already have an in office notary. Well, if you have an in office notary, does your notary also provide online services? Are your customers only local, or do you have customers in various states? Because if you're an online notary, you could pitch that service to them like, oh, well, no, our notary doesn't do online. Yes, we do have business out of the state. So tell me more about online. So you better come prepared to explain to them how online notary works. And you want to be detailed. I have sat down and talked to different clients about online notary, and they have told me that they had someone come before me to talk to them about online notary, and they didn't give them really good information. It almost seemed as if they did not know what they were talking about. So before you go trying to pitch a service, make sure that you are very knowledgeable and ready to answer questions, because they are going to have questions. Wow, amazing. Yes, I have my commission, but I don't have my stamp yet. And I don't have printer and scanner for loan signings. And I have to do my NNA back check as well. Sorry, I'm driving. Oh, it's okay, John. You be careful listening to us while you're driving. So then, yes, you want to take your time and get all of your tools, because once you start getting calls, you don't want to turn a customer down because you're not ready. You want to be ready to go. All right. And then you also want to highlight value and relevance. Okay. How relevant is your service to what they offer? And how can you add value? Be ready to answer that question, or be ready to offer that information when the time presents itself within the conversation. Okay. Excuse me. In doing your research and in listening to them, you want to be able to address gaps in their business that you can fill with your services. Okay. You want to be ready. You know, Actively listen to what they're telling you about what they do, how they do it. Have they worked with a notary before? Do they have a notary in the office? I've sat down with clients in their office with their notary, and we've bounced ideas off each other and found that we could work together, even though they had a notary in the office. Now, I may not get called for every job because they do have a notary in the office, but if that notary is not available, I do get called. So don't be scared or feel um, let down if you end up talking to someone who does have an in-house notary, because that in-house notary is a human being just like you. They may not always be available, or they may not be able to provide the service when it's needed because they're busy doing other things. So them having more reliable professionals like you in their arsenal, will add value to their business. Okay. Next, present your service as a solution. Okay. You can be the solution to whatever their pain points is. After you meet with them and have talked with them, you want to follow up. You want to maintain that relationship, okay? Don't let them forget about you. You want to reiterate the key points that you discussed during the conversation and emphasize your willingness to answer any questions that they may have after you have left, because that does happen. Sometimes you get into a good conversation and you may not address some of the things that you wanted to. So you want to make sure you reach out to remind them if they had any questions afterwards that you would definitely be happy to answer. Or if they wanted to meet up again, maybe not in their office, maybe you can guys can go and have coffee, or you can go have lunch. My clients, they really love that, that I offer that, because they're like, people don't really think about it, but people who you can sit down and eat, drink, and laugh with are the people that you remember. All right. And guys, that is the end of guide 4. I know it was a lot, but I think that it was great information and a great guide to talk about in January, right? Because in January, for those of you who already have your business, you're trying to think of ways to kind of reinvent yourself into how to create better marketing strategies, right? I know I am. I'm always looking at better ways to market and get out there and get in front of people. Did you guys have any questions about guide 4, about marketing? This also leads me to tomorrow. We're going to be doing our Google ad or Nextdoor ad live workshop. I shared the link a few times already. So if you are interested in joining us, just come on. We'll be on at 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, and we are going to be doing our ad. So you are not coming. Okay, John, no problem. Just make sure that you when you are ready to call me, here's my phone number. Make sure you text me first. I am currently a full-time notary, so I'm kind of all over the place during the week. So, if I'm driving to an appointment, I could talk to you on my car ride, but if you call and I'm with someone, it's kind of distracting. So please make sure you text me first, okay? Yes, so for tomorrow, you're welcome, Ari. For tomorrow, guys, you're not coming to listen and watch me. You are coming to actually follow along with me while I create my ad, and you're going to be creating your ad too, and you will be able to ask questions along the way. All right. Make sure that you come with a minimum budget of $60. You're not paying me anything. That $60 is going to go towards whatever platform you're doing your marketing ad for, Nextdoor or Google ad. Both of them ask for your credit card number, and they ask how much money do you want to allocate for clicks per day. Okay. So like um $60, that's $2 a day. Okay. And then you don't have to run your ad for the whole month. I encourage you to, because you're really not going to see any type of change, or you're not going to get any calls if you just run it for a week or two. But it is up to you. I'm asking everybody to commit to do 30 days. So if you do 30 days at $2 a day, that'll be $60. So make sure you allocate $60 in your marketing budget for Google or Nextdoor, whichever one. Nextdoor charges your card right away. Google doesn't charge your card until your ad is done running. Okay, so keep that in mind. So make sure that you come prepared with that amount of money to put towards your ad. Okay. And that's it. So just come and be ready to work, baby, because we are creating our marketing ads so we can have a good start to the year and our quarter. Yes, the replay will be in the members library, Jay. All right, guys. So if you don't have any further questions, I'm about to go eat dinner. I will see you guys in the morning tomorrow at 10:30. Oh, yes, I do have a you know what, Vernita, you my girl. She always reminded me. So, yes, guys, I have a new notary appointment book that I launched. Was it Friday? No, it wasn't yesterday. Yes, it does. Dang. I have my clipboard downstairs. So I used the sheets myself. I didn't get the printed book because I just print the sheets out and I just use it that way and I just fill it in. But let me tell you, Bernita, when I don't have that appointment page with me, I'm lost. So I have gotten used to keeping it on me. Oh, it came out Thursday. Thank you, Jay. I released the notary appointment book on Thursday. And I had at first, I just had it as a download that you can access in the library. But someone was like, I love it, but I wish that it was like in a book form. And I was like, well, I mean, you can, buy a folder, and print the pages out and punch some holes in it. And you could have it like that, but some people, they really like to have printed materials. They like to have things like this in a book form. So I went ahead and I put the book together, and it is for the whole year. So hopefully you guys will find it helpful. I am finding it a wealth of help because let me tell you, those planners, I had bought a planner. Did I throw it away? I threw it away. I had bought a planner that had appointments in it. Bernita's so silly. She like, office supply stores would do it, but I'm getting mine next week. Okay, Bernita. See, she's like me. She prefers to just have it printed and. So I had bought a planner and it had appointment pages in it. But it has so much other stuff in it. I was irritated with it and I stopped using it because I only wanted to use the appointment. And I mean, I would like to see a calendar too, but I don't need to see the calendar for every month. Like if it just had just one page where it just had all 12 months on it, I'm good with that. And I just need the whole book to be appointments only. So that's how I did my book. I have it where you have all 12 months of the calendar right in the front. You have a page so people will know who this appointment book belongs to. And then the whole rest of the book is appointment pages. I think I may have a to-do list in there, you know, but that's it. Like I didn't want to add a whole lot of fluff. I'm like, it's not a planner, it's an appointment book. All I needed to do is keep appointments. I don't need to put no stickers in it. I don't need to write no different colors. I don't need none of that. I just want to keep track of my appointments for the day. So, the reason I did the appointment book is for that reason. And because I do have a calendar in my phone that I use, but it, it makes it a little bit more tedious for me to jump to the calendar on my phone and then jump to an order or a phone call when they are needing to know my availability at the split second. So when I have my appointment page with me, because I keep it on a clipboard. Good, Jay. Yes, 2024, we're all trying to find better ways to work. And that is a better way to work. Keeping organized for sure. So I keep it on my clipboard, and on that same clipboard, I have a mileage sheet. I'm keeping track of my mileage this year. I did not do good with that last year, so I have no idea how I'm going to claim that for my taxes. My tax preparer is not going to be happy with me. And I also have the different cities that I cover because I've been working from home the whole time I've been here in Florida. I'm not from Florida, I'm from Michigan, but the whole time that I've been in Florida, I've been working from home, I mean. So I don't know where anything is without a GPS. I don't know how far or how close any of the cities are. So when I get called for an order and they tell me a city that I'm unfamiliar with, I'm trying to hurry up and go on the maps and I'm like, no. So I printed out a spreadsheet and I shared that with you guys in one of my live videos. I printed out a spreadsheet of cities that are within 60 miles from my location. So now when people call or if I see an order coming in, all I got to do is flip through the pages, find the city, see how many miles it is from me, and say whether or not I want to do it or can do it. And then the appointment page helps me because I have it designed where you have to put the name and the location. I'm not the name, the type of appointment and the location of the appointment. All the other details are going to be in my phone calendar, like the address and the person name and phone number, because when I get ready to go, I go to my calendar, I click their address, it automatically opens up my Apple Maps or Google Maps, and then I map myself to their home or office or whatever. In the appointment, though, page, it's important for you to put the type of notary appointment it is, whether it's an inspection or online, or if you're going in person. Because if you accept a signing, let's just say the appointment is an hour from each other. You accept a signing that's in a city that's more than an hour or so from the city you're going to be in, you're going to screw yourself, right? So I have it designed to where I can put the type of appointment in the city. Who won the notary bag? I forgot the girl's name. She hasn't responded either. I sent her an email saying that I sent the bag off, and I know the bag got sent to her because I had tracking, but she hasn't responded to me to let me know if she got it or not. But I forgot who won the bag. But the bag did get one. Um, do I use a notary app like Notary Gadget? No, I don't. I use Zoho. Excuse me. I use Zoho Books. I have a Zoho One subscription. So I use all of their apps. I've been using them for years to help keep my business organized. So yeah, so within the appointment page, I can see what time my appointment is at, what type of appointment it is, because if I know what type of appointment it is, I know how long it's going to take me to do it. So that's why I have appointment type. And then I have the location because I need to know if this city is close or far from the next city that I have to go to. That way I can coordinate my time better. So I love it. I've been using it and I don't think that I will ever stop using that appointment page because yeah, I end up printing mine out. I do have in my cart to purchase the author one. They let you purchase the author copy, I think. And so yeah, that's what I'll be doing because it is definitely beneficial. Absolutely. Um, did anybody else have any questions before I log off? Who won that notary bag? I cannot think of her name. Oh, you know what? I can go to my email because I emailed her. Duh. Let's see. Jeanette. Jeanette won the notary bag. Yes, it was Jeanette. Because I'm like, I cannot think of that girl's name. Yes, Jeanette won the notary bag, guys. It's okay, Bernita. I announced her name on the live on Christmas Day. So it's fine. Oh man, you know what I forgot to do? I'm launching a new t-shirt design today. And I forgot to post it. I'm gonna share that with you guys. and then I'm gonna go because I'm hungry. Can I sign in from? Let me see. Maybe you guys can give me an idea of what color shirt looks good with it. I'm gonna share my design with you guys. Let's see. Here we go. What? No, I'm gonna click on it. Open it up. I like it. I think it's really kind of funky. Let me see. Group. Okay. Uh-oh. No, I just want to open this up. Okay. Look at you. Blue, yellow, white, black, just saying. Thank you, Jay. All right, let me hurry up and show you, Bernita, before you get beat up. You got people to feed over there. All right. All right, so here's the shirt. And then let's see. That's black. That's red. That's royal blue. I love the royal blue. Okay. I don't think it'll show me on yellow. That's on white. That's on navy. All right, John. See? Yep, you're right. You are so right. I know, Vernita. I love the royal blue. So I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm about to go eat dinner. But when I post it, oh yes, Vernita. That's one of the colors of my business. My business logo is royal blue, black, and white. So this is the new shirt, guys. And yeah, it will go live probably tomorrow because I have to go on to my shirt printer and share it on there and wait for it to get approved. You know, they have to review it to make sure you're not infringing on anybody's trademark or something. And then it's going to be released. So if you already have my Etsy page, you will be able to see it released on there. I will probably work on it tonight and it'll probably be released tomorrow. But yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, that's the new shirt design. I can't wait to get it. You know, I'm gonna order it up. I gotta order new shirts too because this one I told you guys is like a medium. So I'm gonna be ordering all of my shirts in a large. If you order your shirts from me, please make sure you size up. Size up one size. Okay. And that's it. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right, guys. I'm about to go eat. Bernita, go feed your people while you about to get beat up. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow if you're joining me for the live workshop. All right. Bye.